I'm Raymond Douglas, and welcome to my man cave. Well, rather tool shed, or my special place of reflection. The Inside Out Perspective takes a look at life's challenges and its effects and asks one simple question: what race are you running? Welcome to episode 3 of the Inside Out Perspective. Today I said we were going to talk about the Quranic version of how Allah created man from a sticky substance. But I had a comment from a good friend of mine, and she said, isn't this supposed to be a balanced perspective between the two faiths of Christianity and Islam? So let's have a look at the first verse of the biblical narrative. Now we all know that verse. Genesis. And this is what it says. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So how I'm going to approach this is, let's have a look at the Jewish Targum. In other words, how did the Jews understand this in the first century? The Jewish word for beginning is Bereshith. Now Bereshith can be translated as beginning. It can also mean head. It can also mean firstborn. It can also mean first fruits. So from the Jewish Targum of Nefertiti, it was translated into the Amoraic as, in the beginning, the firstborn Son of God created the heavens and the earth. The firstborn Son of God created the heavens of the earth. Not only is it interesting from the point of the Jews understood that the Mesodia, or the mission of God, was to bring another party into the picture for our salvation. Noting that this is 1,500 years before Christ arrives. And this was the Jewish understanding. In the beginning, the firstborn Son of God created the heavens and the earth. So what do we actually have here? We have the Trinity in Genesis 1 and 2, because we got the firstborn Son of God, Yahweh, or Elohim, as it is in the Jewish text, and the Spirit hovering over the waters. There it is, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But where can we get a confirmation of this? So let's have a look at Deuteronomy 6:4, and that is the Jewish statement of faith. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. That is the Jewish statement of faith. But let's go again, and let's have a look what our rich tradition says about that, in terms of the Jewish understanding in the first century. And again we go to the Jewish Targum. And the Jewish Targum translates it as this: Hear, O Israel, Yahweh Elohim of us, Yahweh Echad. Man, so we got Yahweh, the plural God of us. Yahweh is one. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in the Jewish statement of faith. Let's have a look at a third confirmation of this, and we need to go back to Genesis 2 of this. And Genesis 2 tells us about a man must leave his father and get married. And he's united as one flesh with his wife. The word used there for one is echad. And what do you have here? The coming together of two persons as one unit under the marriage covenant. Check this out. John 10:30. Jesus says, I and the Father are one. Now how rich is that? How rich is that tradition in comparison to what we had a look at? God creating, or Allah creating a pen? Really? A pen? And here we have the creation, the Holy Trinity, in the beginning of the first verse of the biblical narrative. So the question here is, does your faith support a rich tradition? And let's have a look how that tradition of the first verse of Genesis 1 and 2 formulates itself in the New Testament. And what we need to do is we just go to John 1. In the beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Echad, one, confirmation of the Holy Trinity again, from the first verse of the Bible all the way to the end in Revelations. Wow! What race are you running?